Main point is the reason we're having this sponsorship summit for the first time in 2011 is not because sponsorship is suddenly more popular. It's because a number of key things have come to change the relevance of sponsorship. Sponsorship is more available across much more options, from broadcast sponsorship to new tournaments. We are affected by the fact that technology has changed how you interact with sponsorships. Now people can interact with them all the time, like Area 22, like Be the Difference in O2. Sponsorship gives people the opportunity to link into the things they actually care about, their team, their festival, and do so on an ongoing basis. And the role of brands has been to give that credible connection, do it with authenticity, add real value, so your customers think, I'm in with something here, this is going really well, this brand is giving me some added value. Because remember, when you buy a product, after you buy it, you don't really want to know much more about the company, the brand, the website. What you do care about is your favorite team, your favorite band, your favorite festival. Those things are a fountain of constant interest. So if brands can add value to those things that people really care about, then suddenly you can be part of the authentic conversation rather than the traditional corporate, let's just buy a logo and give a check. That's not going to work anymore. I'll give you three global trends. There are three global trends affecting all marketing, of which sponsorship is a part. Firstly, we are now in the age of participation and collaboration, driven by technology. So that has huge implications for, do you spend money on sponsorship where people can participate with something, or do you spend money on traditional advertising where they can't really participate to the same extent? So that big trend is a key thing. Then we also have the trend of increased creativity. So we have a huge increase in the people working in creativity, their ability to be creative, again driven by technology. And remember, people are creative about things they care about. What do they care about? Their sports, their festivals, their music, their events. So that will probably give rise to even more creative ways of driving sponsorships for the benefit of brands and for the benefit of communities. And the final one is probably not as relevant, but it's what's called the paradox of globalization, where people want to have benefits from globalization. They want their iPad, they don't mind having their Starbucks. But at the same time, there's an anxiety that they want still to have a national identity. So national brands have a potential to really represent something culturally. And how will that happen? Sponsorship will play a role in that as well. So there are three mega trends affecting sponsorship, all of them suggesting sponsorship will be more important in 3 years' time than it is today. I think that the reason it's sold out is that it is packed full of information, as opposed to some information and lots of networking opportunities, which I don't really think is required. What we need is information. It's also got a balance of presentations and then workshops, which I think is very, very important. And people have choices to suit their requirements, be it a charity or a property owner versus a brand owner. So I think it's very well run. I really hope it's a success. I think On-Site Sponsorship have done a huge amount to make this happen, and I hope we're back next year with an even more popular and maybe even bigger venue. One guy asked a question about networks, which was fine. One lady asked the questions about the online versus virtual versus real presence for sponsorships. It took me a while to understand what was really asked, and what was really been asked was, if you get mentioned on your Facebook or in your virtual life, does this have a positive halo effect back to the reality? And the answer is very simple: is you won't get mentioned on the virtual world, and you won't get mentioned positively unless you do something authentic that adds value to the thing you're sponsoring. So don't act like a corporate looking for a logo with a check, because that doesn't work anymore. Add value by understanding the customers, what they really care about, and how can you bring something extra, something exciting, or some added value in terms of access or whatever it is to your customer base.